What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here, and I have a special exclusive interview with a YouTube icon. Now, y'all know I've been always talking about how much this person is a legend, and today you're going to find out why they're a YouTube legend. I really appreciate this person for doing this interview, and you're going to learn a lot. So let's go ahead and play the intro, and then I'll bring my guest on. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, you guys, without further ado, let me go ahead and bring up my guest at this time right now. What's up, Truh Diamond? Oh, you're on mute.
Right. Hi, everybody. Truh Diamond, a.k.a. also known in my former life as Toxic Diamond. It's a Paul and Saul situation. What's up, y'all?
Yes. And thank you so much for doing this interview again. Like, I've been always telling people, like, oh my God, Truh was a legend here. Like, just you being so open and honest about your life, because people don't realize, like, you know, you had like 30 billion channels, but each channel was something different. And basically with your with the Truh Talks, that was a different channel at the time. Like, you would just be going out to the store, to the mall, wherever. Yeah. It was like real and raw. It wasn't anything fake about you. Like, where'd you learn to be so open? Because that's not easy.
I think being open like that, it comes from a certain level of confidence. And I feel like I got that confidence from my father, and just learning how to be an open book. Because when you really feel like you're not doing anything wrong, like you're a person with good intentions, and you don't have the intention on hurting or harming anything or anyone around you, then what's the problem with living out loud? You should have no problem with that.
Right. I agree. And, you know, I feel like nowadays it's so much phoniness where people are not being, you know, transparent. And granted, like, should you share your whole life? No, I don't think you should share your whole life.
Not at all.
Damn, like, some of these people don't even show their face.
Right.
You know,
so that'd be my thing about YouTube, about these faceless trolls and these faceless channels, you know, coming for people that have actually done the work, that's really in front of this camera, really doing the work and really bonding and sharing and caring about their audience and the people that's watching them and what that means as far as their life and how that affects their character and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Right. And I think also, too, just being able to get on this platform, it's a lot. Like, let's not even lie about that. Like, it takes a strong person to be able to deal with criticism and people just diving into your personal life. And it's all like, what's going on? Like, I'm just a YouTuber. Like, I'm not even a real celebrity, but we are people who are celebrated.
We're public figures. Yeah, we're a celebrity. And here's the thing. When I first started on this platform, I wasn't able to handle the criticism that came along with it. Like, I did not have tough skin. I didn't know my skin had to be so tough, AT2. Okay, somebody would make, like, when I first started my celebrity gossip blog, I would literally write down what I wanted to say, and I would show them what I wrote and be reading it. Like, I had no clue what I was doing. It was so bad. And I would be sometimes stumbling over my words. Then when I got done stumbling over my words, once that was over, I would start recording to where you can't see my face, but then now you can hear me swallowing and smacking. I'm like, so AT2, and it was just really bad. Like, it took some growing pains, and there was a lot of criticism behind that. But there were a lot of people that I bonded with initially and right off the back that really showed me what it meant to be on YouTube how that looks and how that feels, just having those couple of bonds. I remember having 12 viewers. I remember having 120 viewers. I remember having 1,200. When I say viewers, I mean subscribers. I remember having 1,200 subscribers, and I remember having 120,000 subscribers. So you know what I'm saying? That those moments of growth, they were all milestones, but they were all growing. There was growing pains involved, and it was a growth process in that.
Right. Because how did you even get started in the blogging and then the YouTube? How did you even get started? We don't know your backstory.
Woo! And I talk about this in my book in more detail. I do have a book that I'm about to publish in the next 30 days. So I do get into this in a little bit more detail in my book, but I'm going to summarize it real quick for you. I was homeless. Okay. Not homeless as in nowhere to live. Homeless as in I was living in somebody's living room. Okay. At the time, I opened up my website first, and I was like, I want to sell items on my website. I started doing drop shipping. And then I Googled ways to make money from home because I was a single mom raising my kids, blah, blah, blah. And my son had the name Dimond, D-I-M-O-N-D. And it was Toxic Demand. And I was like, oh, that is so cute. It's like, you know, I was like, I can make it like unique, like toxic, and then like diamond, you know, and so that name had been in my head for a little while. I thought it was cute because it's one of those words that I forget what they call it, but they don't go together. It's like people say pretty mess, or she's an ugly mess, or I forgot what they call those words. It's
called something. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's a word. So they don't go together. Right. So I thought it was cute. It was cute on the wordplay. And plus I was heavy on Love and Hip Hop so bad at that time that I was I had tried out for Bad Girls Club season 8. I was a mess. Yes, I did. I've tried out for Bad Girls Club season 8, did not get casted, but I was determined to be a bad girl all on my own. And so, you didn't need the show. You was a bad girl on your own. Yeah. Stood alone and did that damn thing. But yeah, that was the initial thought process. That oxymoron. Yes, thank you. That was it. Thank you, baby Stacy. Yep. And so that was my initial process of how I got started. And once I started with the Love and Hip Hop commentary, and things just took off from there. And I'm like, why the fuck don't I talk about other stuff?
Right. Because I feel like a lot of people won't diversify their platform. And I remember watching you one time, and you were like, y'all need to make sure you go watch my white people video too.
Yes. Watch my white. Yes. The way you said it so honest too. I was like, and then not only that, but I made 3 different foreign channels. I made TD Diamond specific, TD Dutch specific, and TD Chinese specific. So I made 3 different foreign channels that I would take my videos and I would translate them into different languages and upload them for different cultures as well. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Where did you get like doing the whole different channels and stuff like that? Like, how did you get that idea?
Right. So this is usually something that I wouldn't share with people, but I'm gonna share it with you though, because you know we're all this is something that this one of the jewels. I'm about to drop a gem right quick.
Okay. Let me write this down.
All right. So I have a friend that does animation here on YouTube. And this is not one of my friends that needs to be seen or any of that stuff like that. Just kind of sits in the background, has 23 faceless channels. They're all animations made for kids. You know, those channels that are made for children are automatically monetized. And so he's literally a billionaire, barely speaks to me. And he literally sits up and makes cartoon clips all day and just posts on his 23 channels, and he is a billionaire. And I was just like, wow. I had already gotten into celebrity gossip. And so I just wanted to kind of mirror that, but stay in my own lane as well. And so that's where the idea came from. But I do want to tell you something though, AT2. Since we up in here and I'm dropping jewels, I wanted to tell you too, with with my home channel, I would do 2-minute videos, 5-minute videos. I would take those videos, compile them into an hour video, put them on a backup channel. That's a whole different stream of revenue, right? Then I would, wait a minute. Then I would extract the audio from that hour-long video, put another opener and closer on it and put it on a podcast. That's a whole nother form. So I would have 3-4 streams of income off of one video, basically.
Are y'all writing this down? Because
I was balling. Yeah. And it's about moving smarter. And that's what I'm saying. When you're dealing with somebody like me, you're not dealing with a normal minded person. So when I come across basic shit, like the shit that I've been going through lately on YouTube, it's like, I'm not doing this with you. You're so basic. You don't even understand this shit the way that I do. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have that business savvy mind because, you know, and not to fast forward so much, but, you know, it was questioned to like, oh, was she really making that kind of money? But you dropping these gems, like people don't realize, like, yeah, of course, because she's business, like you're business savvy. People don't have that same acumen, like they can't get it, you know?
Absolutely. They're so used to the TikToks and the Snapchats and the Instagrams that they don't understand that I wasn't even worried about that because I was making so many streams of revenue just from making one video. I didn't even need all that. You know what I'm saying? Not that they're not good tools to have, but you know, I didn't need all that. And then I chose my group of moderators. I went live with my moderators in my own app. Went live in our own group, recorded that, and then I had the VIPT podcast as well. So there's a lot of different things that I was able to maneuver with. I had a segment called the comment section. I had Yawn Before Dawn. I've had a whole lot of different, you know what I mean? Yawn Before Dawn really took off. And that was one of my shows that really took off. And, you know, I was able to do a couple of different things. And on top of that, selling merch and my website, plus my Patreon. You know, I had a $3,000 payout from Patreon that I never got the chance to see. Went into the bank account. I went to jail. Never got the chance to see that money. So, you know, I was definitely making that. I was definitely making that type of money for sure.
Right. And I think it just teaches you, like, when you're focused on business, like you can make shit happen. And I think people don't realize that when you focus on the BS, yeah, you're going to be broke and dusty. But when you focus on business, you're going to make money. And so, you know, with that, you've had like a lot of success on this platform. And one of your interviews was with the Savages, you know, with R. Kelly and stuff. Like, how did that all even go down?
Okay, first, let me comment on this. Don't let me forget about the Savages, but let me just say this. Too many of these bloggers think that if you get up on your platform and you blog about a whole bunch of BS and you blab and blab and blab about somebody else that's on this platform that is going to grow you. That is literally crumbs. That's the reason why my channel is where it is, because this was my blabbing channel. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my professional channel. That's not how you make your presence here. And I wish that a lot of these smaller bloggers knew that. When it comes down to the Savages, what was your question?
How did you even link up with them? Like, how did that all go down?
Right. So the Savages are Joycelyn Savages, which is R. Kelly's girlfriend's parents. And I was at the time I had started reading, you know, I have the book club, the T Hive book club. I also have that channel with a couple of book reads up there if you guys want to go watch. So I had been reading for the book club and I was reading Demetrius Smith's book. And Demetrius Smith is R. Kelly's first tour manager. He's actually the person who suggested that R. Kelly marry Aaliyah, and then went and got the fake documents from the DMV for that marriage. Yeah, that's Demetrius Smith. So I started reading his book. You know how I read, I do my voices, I do different voices for different characters, and it was cracking him up. So he decided to reach out to me. So we got to talking from there. I interviewed with Demetrius Smith. I actually stayed in Demetrius Smith's house for 3 days. Don't ask me how that happened. I have no clue how that happened. I was sleeping on an air mattress, drinking Coronas, eating tacos. Yes, eating tacos. and doing interview after interview after. We just got in this mode where it was just like work. And I got stay. And this is like, when I tell you I was eating, sleeping, and breathing this platform and my work, I was eating, sleeping, and breathing it. So we ended up doing these interviews throughout that entire 3 days, separate different interviews. I have so many different things that I haven't, thank you, baby, that I have not released yet. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, with that being said, once the people from the R. Kelly situation, Headhunter, what's going on, girl? Once they saw me link up with Demetrius, then they started contacting me. So now I have Jay, who is Asante McGee's boyfriend. Then I have Gerald, who's Asante McGee's husband. Okay, so now I have her boyfriend and her husband reaching out to me. And then I had the Savages reach out to me. And they said that I did an interview about Asante McGee with those two, with Jay and with Gerald. They had mentioned something about the Savages feeding lines to Asante McGee to tell her to be a victim when she wasn't a victim. Okay, essentially they both were saying, why would she has me as a boyfriend? She has a husband and she got him as a boyfriend. She coming back, giving her daughter purses, giving me money from the nigga's wallet. Why would we feel like R. Kelly is victimizing this woman? She lying. You know what I'm saying? They basically said she's lying. So from there, Tim Savage got upset and he was like, I was not feeding her lines. But if you look at the TMZ interview, at the press conference, he is kind of talking in her ear. I was not feeding her lines, this, that, and the other. And so I ended up traveling to Atlanta to go interview the Savages. Now, at that time, believe it or not, I did end up, when I first met the Savages, Tim was distraught. He was crying. He knew I was on my way. We don't get along today, so I don't know if it was an act. I don't know what it was, but he went completely nuts. I haven't worked in 2 years, and I can't do this and do that, all this other stuff. I don't know if he was trying to get money from me for the interview. I don't know what that was about, but he was crying, tears streaming down his eyes. He was sitting at his desk in his foyer. And then his publicist came, his attorney came, and then we started conducting the interview. Hey, Lavette. We started conducting the interview. As I'm talking to Tim, Jonjolyn is in the back, like a turkey. I mean, you know, she talks so fast, she wouldn't stop talking. Okay. She like a turkey over there. And she just talking and talking. I'm like, damn, I can't even conduct the interview. And the interview is on my Rumble right now. Or Tim and his commentary. It's on my Rumble at Truh Diamond. It is on my Rumble. But she just wouldn't let the interview go by without her having to get that attention from it. And it really made me question a lot. Needless to say, I end up going back to their house 6 days in a row to watch the R. Kelly docuseries. Oh yeah, no, I'll be a vibe when I pull up. When I tell you motherfuckers, they want to hang with me, trust me. I'll be a whole vibe, okay? But so...
Right, you like to stay at people's places for a long time.
Well, they don't mind me there because I'll be a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's something comfortable about me. That's what I feel. But
that's why.
Yeah, so... Yeah, like they don't have to worry about no ill intentions and shit. It's a comfort level there. You know what I'm saying? But so on the, I want to say the third or the fourth night, Jonjolyn made Rotel. We got in the car and I had some, no, she had the joint. Okay, so I wanted to get wine. Jonjolyn had some weed, okay? And mind you, weed is illegal in Georgia, okay? Jonjolyn had some weed, and baby, when I tell you we was sneaking and smoking behind Tim Savage's back, baby, I talk about all this in my book, by the way. We was sneaking and smoking, just here, girl. You know what I'm saying? And look, lying like we was going to the store again so we could hit the joint one more time. And it was fun. It was fun, but eventually that fun wore off, unfortunately. So they had gotten into it with Tasha K. I guess it had something to do with, I want to say daytime tea time. So daytime tea time was doing some reports and she had made a report. At the time, she was close to Tasha K. And she had said something on her channel that only the Savages had only said to Tasha K. And they fell out behind that. And so now they started calling me and depending on me to kind of push the narrative that they wanted to push, which I absolutely hate that, mind you. But I've done it for a few people. Yeah. I've done it for Moniece. I've done it for Apple Watts. I've done it for a couple of people. You know, at the end of the day, I've done it for Tashiki. Because before she got on Bad Girls Baddies, she was reaching out to me about Krishan and telling me a lot of stuff so that I would say certain things. So I made sure that I did that for her. Couple of different things, you know, a couple of different things that I did for a couple of different people. But the Savages wanted me to do that for them. And so because I started doing that and I made a comment or two about them falling out with Tasha K and why and how people aren't trustworthy and this, that, and the other, then Tasha K and I fell out. She actually had called me on my home phone. I remember like yesterday, I was sitting in my living room and we had words. And she was basically like, you know, you don't have to, at the end of the day, you do your blog the way that you want to do it. You don't have to say or do anything for them that you don't want to say or do for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like she was trying to slowly steer me away from dealing with them.
Dealing with,
you know? Yeah, but it kind of brought a wedge between us because I felt like at the time, and this might have been jaded thinking or whatever, but I felt like she was trying to step on my toes. Yeah, however, sun me. Exactly. And I think that's an issue with a lot of these people. They think they could sun you. But also, and you know what I'm talking about, but also when I went to prison, Tasha K, a lot of people don't know. Hi, Smooth Art. Nice to see you too. A lot of people don't know this, but Tasha K threw up. Thank you, Lily. Create your own best version. Tasha K threw up a post that said, Toxic Diamond goes to jail for beating her daughter, something. She put it up and she took it down real fast. That's the shit that I'm saying. She do shit like that and she think nobody sees it, but I see it. It was told to me and it was showed to me on my kiosk. If I could have screenshotted that myself, I'd still have it today. The person that sent it to me, made sure I had at least $300 in my pocket every week in that motherfucker. Okay. And she had no reason to create an AI version of somebody's Twitter account to show me something. You know what I'm saying? She put it up on Twitter and then took it down. And there was no reason for that. That was so unnecessary. One thing I can't stand is people trying to speak on people and their children and what's going on. You don't know what's going on with nobody and their kids. Keep your mouth off them people family. Period.
You guys weren't like currently in a beef at the time, so it was.
We weren't. Me and Tasha K were cool. We literally would have conversations. I had her phone number in my phone for so long. We were so cool for quite some time, and unfortunately, due to the Savages, and now that I look back, I'm like, fuck the Savages. But
you know, I wasn't around that time, but like seeing their interviews now, and I think they had one with. I forgot who it was, but they had a recent one within like the last couple of years, and I'm all like, "Oh, they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs." I would.
They are crazy as hell. They are crazy as hell. But
that's the thing.
But listen, I'm not gonna lie. It's not fun being around Tim, but I actually had fun with Jonjolin, and you know, and I do feel like a part of that is for a lot of attention. But also, if it were my child, I would be after her ass too.
Right.
You know?
So do you feel like Jocelyn is imprisoned or trapped or what,
no?
How do you feel about? Oh no. Okay.
No. I feel like she wants to be in the position that she's in. There are several people. I have a friend right now who is holding down her man in prison, and he's doing the rest of his life in there. She know he not coming out. I'm talking about multiple red rums, multiple unalivings, but she's committed to her man. And that's what she wants to do. Sometimes loving somebody is more than just physical. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's a twin flame thing, and the heart just wants what the heart wants. You know?
Right. You can't help it. It's the laws of attraction, you know, as they say. But, you know, speaking of like, you know, getting into it with different bloggers and stuff like that, how were you able to navigate all that? Because I feel like you would, you know, you would be in a beef with somebody and then here comes somebody else and somebody else. It all just seemed to happen at one time.
That's
Like,
what they do. They try to pile on to you. To try to insert themselves in things that they have no business in. Like right now, there is a woman who is, I guess they call her the judge, which I don't understand that. But anyway, she is calling herself, coming after me constantly, making commentary, trying to go on to other platforms. Thank you, Caffeine and Green. Trying to go onto other platforms to try to mention me and constantly, you know, got me in her mind and in her brain. You know, at the end of the day, really what it's about is saying what you need to say and moving on. Sometimes when you dwell on things too much and when you stay on that one topic too much, you lose your audience because they're like, okay, she been doing this. So you know what I mean? And on the other hand, there's no reason for me to be chasing down no other grown ass woman like that. Like, you're grown, I'm grown, we moved on, let's move on. You know what I mean? But the way that I deal with the pal on is literally, I just take it all in stride. I feel like, hey, if they not making videos about me, then what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Make your video, baby.
Right. Like, even when me and you had our issue, like, I felt like it wasn't even that deep because I can't even remember why we had an issue. Like,
it wasn't.
Like, back in the day, like, you would have an issue with a YouTuber and then that was kind of it. Somehow,
can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? I'm going to tell you a secret. At the time we had our issues, guess who was in my ear? Guess who house I was at? When I did that video on my membership that said AT2 is harassing me, guess who was sitting next to me, crawling on the floor, laughing, dying laughing? I was like, big, huge. Guess who was in the background, crying, rolling on the floor, laughing? Guess who house I was at? Exactly. Yes, exactly. So when I tell you that people have she's tried multiple times to come in between my friendships with people and been a bug in my ear, keeping negativity on me. It's not just one incident. It's not just one person. This has been happening. Like this person constantly wants me in beef. If it's not beef with you or beef with the next person, then now it's beef with her. For instance, I've not done anything to this woman. I've not done one thing. I held on to that secret. She knows I held on to that. I've held on to all her secrets. I've basically protected her from a lot of different stuff on the internet. I've not ever spoken against her. I did a little bit of commentary and she assumed, because I said hi to you and hi to the headhunter, that I was teaming up, which is very juvenile. I'm an adult. I don't team up with people. I see that you do that, but you're not a fully matured grown woman. And that's sad to say, but it is true. You guys are very juvenile in your behavior, and the way that you carry in this whole thing is ridiculous. Who gets that upset because they're not friends with somebody no more? Like, it's just ridiculous. She jumped the gun thinking that somebody was teaming up on her. And then she got on her channel and started attacking my entire life for no reason. The only things that I have said on my channel are things that can be absolutely proven through other testimony and evidence. That is it. I'm not going to ever get up on my channel and lie on no grown woman saying this and saying that. It's ridiculous.
Right.
And I feel like this person constantly wanted me to be involved in some stuff. And now that I'm not involving myself in stuff with other people, she like, well, F it then. I'll involve myself in it with you. And that's just the demonic spirit that's been on her, that's been trying to keep me in shit for so long.
And you have to hate the same people that she hates too.
Right. Yeah. Like it has to be this super duper loyalty to this woman who, mind you, this is a live, Shayna.
Baby, we live, baby. Yeah,
we live, baby.
I'm not shouting everybody out, and I love y'all for being here. Please hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes.
The conversation, the flow of it, like, it's just natural. Like, we got a lot to get into, so yeah. But right. I love y'all. You know.
So my whole thing with that is, what I want to do is stay away from those type of spirited people. And it's very unfortunate because, as you can see, this woman is coming after me. And it's like, you say one or two things, this woman literally attacked me, is still coming after me for no reason. I haven't did any, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay away from me. I don't comment on you, bitch. Leave me alone. I don't say your name. Go on your way. I've met this woman one time. That one time was a mess. You know what I'm saying? The other time we're on the phone, we don't really know each other. What is your problem? Like, move around. You know what I'm saying? But then this woman is attacking me, bringing up my whole everything that, you know what I'm saying, lying on me, just blatantly lying for the sake of just making me look bad, trying to go to people who she feel like is my enemy. And then once you say one thing about her, oh, I'm getting a lawsuit and I'm calling the police and a lawsuit and this, that, and that. It's ridiculous. I mean, this woman, do she feel like with the evidence that I have, if you were to take me to court, I would make you look foolish. You know what I'm saying? But I just let people talk because it's like you're constantly attacking people. And then when they say one thing about you, mind you, I never called this woman any names. I said the B word just like one or two times so I can get her to see how that feels coming off of the phone like that. You're cursing at your device. I'm not there. You are cursing into your device. I don't listen to your videos. I skim past them to hear the tone of your voice, and that's it. I don't listen to no words you say. Your opinions don't matter. You're not as important as you think you are. Like, she feels like she's so important that somebody needs to come after her. Who are you? I'm Tasha Diamond. I'm Truh Diamond. Who are you that I would need to come after you? Like, you know, she feels more grandiose than she actually is, like she's more important than she is. And it's really just delusional and sad. Right.
Do you feel that? And let me just say this. I feel that she preyed on you because she knew that you were vulnerable. I think she knew that whole, little sis, big sis, mom and daughter, because she was all like, oh, I know there's some fracture there, so I can go in there and really manipulate her. Because I feel like at the time, you were vulnerable because you were going through a lot with your mom. Like the whole.
And then also you have to realize too, at that time, I did sit up on listen, you could be making all the money in the world and still be in a bad place, right? I was, I had set up on my platform and I talked about how I was, the S word. You know what I'm saying? I was really having a hard time with my life, dealing with being stuck in Las Vegas, not absolutely bossy and bothered, definitely unhinged when she don't get her way. It's like a yelling, screaming child, like a little white child that just can't stop cursing and falling out on the floor. It's ridiculous. But I didn't realize that I was being preyed on until my father pointed it out. My father actually was like, my father asked me, like, is she gay? And I said, I didn't want to answer it because I had an incident with her. So I didn't want to answer the question. But my dad sensed some stuff. Like, my dad had a very good spirit of discernment. Like, he already knew what was going on. And so he was like, I don't know, something don't seem right. And then I started telling him about how I would get on the phone with her and she would always be crying about, being the S word and stuff like that. And he was like, baby girl, you have your own issues. Like, you already have your own struggles. You don't need to pile none of that onto you. You need to cut her off. Then he stopped answering her phone calls. And then this woman gets up. Yeah, he stopped answering her phone. So this woman would literally got up on her platform and said, and her dad told me how she was on coke. Now, either I'm fat. Which one is it? Am I fat? I eat too much, or am I skinny and on coke? Because I ain't never been skinny up over here. I ain't never been, you know what I mean? That's never been my struggle. That's never been my battle. So for her to put that on and say some shit like that in regards to and put my dad in it, it's just sick. And that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. But you want to talk about defamation and you want to talk about you suing people. Baby, I got so much evidence against you. Please do it. Do it.
Right.
And nobody's done anything to this lady. She blatantly lies.
Yeah, she'll just lie at the drop of a dime. And then you're like, wait, huh? What?
Right.
Like, even when I got into a confrontation with the judge the other day, Like she was even lying in there. I'm all like, you just
Right.
continue to lie. And
Right.
like,
She said, no, I don't drink. I don't get drunk. And literally, let me tell you something. Behind the scenes, there are literally a gang, and I'm just going to put it like that, a gang of bloggers who have several videos of her drunk, slurring her words. You know this, AT2. Slurring her words, threatening people, attacking people. You already know what's going on, AT2. So for her to sit there and say, oh, I don't drink and I don't get drunk is completely baffling. It's actually the only reason why I gave her a chance after the situation that happened at her house. It's because I'm like, damn, she was drunk. You know what I'm saying? But it's like... yes. So it's just like, it's a sad situation. She's sad and she's too old for that. I don't get it.
Yeah, I felt that when you said that, because I think in my situation with her, I have always forgiven her because I know that she does have a problem with alcohol.
Yeah.
Like there's a problem. If you don't want to be called an alcoholic, okay, that's fine. But there is a problem.
No, she's an alcoholic.
Okay.
82. She even said that I was drinking at her house, knowing that I had to go home 2 days later. She said I stayed in her house for 2 days. I have proof that I didn't. I don't know if you saw that video or not. Did you see that video? Yes, I showed receipts. There's no way that I stayed at your house for 7 days. I stayed for 2 days, from the 28th to the 30th. And then on top of that, she said that I drank at her house, knowing that I had to go to probation and take a piss test 2 days later on the 1st, or 3 days later, 28, 29, 30, 31 on the 1st. I remember specifically telling her, I can't drink. Oh, damn, I wish I could drink a beer with you. Oh, man, I wish I could get a little, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
no.
She finally admitted that it wasn't 7 days. She was like, oh, maybe it was like 3, 4, you know.
Of course. Let me retract the lie. Let me retract the lie. She just be lying on me, like, girl.
Right. And you know, the thing is with her is that she will never take accountability for the stuff that she has to take accountability for. Like, if you want accountability from her, you're not gonna get it. So don't even try. And now that I'm comfortable with saying that she's never gonna take accountability, I'm good. You know? Yeah.
No, and I'm good. And I'm glad that, see, because me, I'm in a spirit, I'm in a space of accountability. I don't know if you guys can see that, if you guys can tell that or not, but I have been in a spirit, in a space of accountability recently. And so I most definitely don't want anyone around me that's not going to keep it 100, keep it real, and tell the truth at all times.
Right. And people who are going to be good for you, because right now at the space that you're in, like, you want people that can help build you up and really support you. And that's what you really need at this time. You don't need people trying to bring you down or trying to.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like all the games and stuff like that. Nobody wants to play these games. Like,
what type of decent human being would be jumping down my neck about being friends or being friends with somebody when I just got out of prison, just got custody back of my child, trying to get financially stable? What type of decent human being is doing all that over some damn friends? Do I need to be focused on you as a grown ass woman, or do I need to be focused on my child and getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that you just realize when you're a whole mature adult, that, and you realize, like, damn, I should have never even been associated with this person. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wish I would have never met her. Period. Because I'm so serious, because I came across a demon and didn't realize it. I am in a season where if you cannot help me, please go away from me. Why the fuck would you be coming after me on the internet when you know in real life I just got out of prison 5 months ago and struggling and just got custody back of my child 2 months ago, 3 months ago? And you know what I'm saying? Like, no decent human being do shit like that.
Right. And I know, and we haven't even got to the prison, but she was one of the people saying, like, oh yeah, I put so much money on her books and I helped her with this. I helped her move out her apartment, and you know, the conversation with your dad and all. Yeah, helped you move and all this stuff. And
wow, she helped me move out of my apartment. Ask her what storage is all my shit in then, since she helped me move. Name that storage. That's a game we gonna play. Name that storage. That's what we gonna do, because you're lying. Okay. So first of all, I do want to say that she did help me. I did call her and Fat Kenya. We were doing a kind of like a group thing for Basketball Wives on Instagram. I wanted to loop her in with Fat Kenya because me and Fat Kenya were on Khloe Kardashian's Revenge Body together. Okay. He was the person. Yeah. He was the person who had the body transformation, and I was the person who he was revealing to. So he wanted to loop in a couple of different people, and she had seemed very nice, you know, in my chat and stuff. And we had talked a couple of times. So I was like, I'm gonna loop her into this. So we were just doing a little trial run on commentary on Basketball Wives and stuff like that. But she did too much like, so Fat Kenya wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like she's constantly laughing and interrupting. And, you know what I mean? We want to be able to get thoughts across whenever we're doing commentary on the specific topics on the Basketball Wives. Not all of them. You can interrupt a couple times, but sometimes let the sentence complete. Right.
Right.
So, right. So, we had a 3-way group chat because of that. Me, her, and Fat Kenya. When I found out I had a warrant, okay, because I left my apartment and I left the baby in there. I left her in there and left. She was 13. I didn't go nowhere but down the street. I was still on Charleston. Thank you, Bossy Unbothered. Yes, wish I never heard of her. Facts. I went down the street. I was still on Charleston. Literally. I came back, found out that I had a warrant. There was a lady there. She told me I had a warrant. Okay. I end up calling them on my computer. I couldn't find my effing tablet, which I'm still mad about because I had so many celebrity interviews on that tablet that I didn't publish. I'm so mad. I'm bitter about that. But so she, I ended up calling her and Fat Kenya on a group call. It wasn't even to call her. It was just to call somebody. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about her. Like, you got to remember, Fat Kenya was on that call. I'm a lot closer to him. You know what I mean? So I called them on a 3-way. I'm like, yo, I'm going to jail. I already knew that from the moment of me having any police contact, any police call, anything, that I was going to prison. I already knew that because you're not supposed to have any police contact at all, period. Or you will, unless you're the person doing the calling, right?
Yeah.
And then sometimes still they'll send you to prison even if you call them. You're not supposed to have any police contact. And this is why I was so on top of it with my drinking at her house. Nobody's about to fucking drink there and then come back and then piss. I know this state don't even do investigations. The hell? They just send you to prison. Why would I risk that? You know what I'm saying? For some damn liquor. You feel me? So I already knew I was going to prison. So I called him and I was like, I'm going to jail. Like, I'm going to jail. You know, she did put initially $30 on my books. Then once I got to, she put another 85 after that 30. And then when I got to prison, mind you, there's another person that's putting money on in between. So she's not my only source of income, obviously.
Yeah, you said that. You had
somebody that was really doing a big one. Yeah, like had me in sweatpants, jeans, good shoes on my feet, because those state shoes, they really hurt. Those clothes, they're really not stretchy. They're so uncomfortable. It's a mess. When it get cold, if you don't have a sweater, oh well, you just cold. You can have a state jacket, but it's made of lint. So you know what I'm saying? You could make that if you go in your dryer and pull out the lint trap and pull the lint out and form it into a coat. You could make you a jacket, okay? A state prison jacket. So it was a mess if I wouldn't have had this other person. But so she sent me $30, then she sent me $85. Once I got to prison, I basically went on a 3-week, what they call the fish tank. So you don't really get to talk. You get to come out of your room for 15 minutes every week. 15 minutes every week, once a week. The other time that you are out, you are showering. You're showering, right? And that was the worst smells. Oh, Lord, wait till y'all read my book. But it was really bad. And then we have this process where we basically have to de-lice our whole body, and it makes your hair fall out and it does all this stuff. That's when I decided I was going to do my dreads. when I did my dreads, I called her and I was like, guess what? We can go on a dreadlock journey together, da 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 da. All this stuff. Like I was really trying to get, like we were really, I was trying to.
She wanted to get.
Yes. This is why she and I both have dreads right now. So then, clock it. So then while I was in the she sent me, no, that was my daddy. My daddy sent $50 right then. So then when I went back into the prison, you got to remember when I was in prison, there was like a 6-7 month span that I didn't speak to her at all. Like there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a time where I didn't speak to her for like 6-7 months, 6.5, 7 months. And so for her to be like, oh, and I was doing this and I was doing that. First of all, a month in prison seems like a year. Okay. There was someone, and it wasn't you, Ma, and I'm not devaluing what you did, but it was not you, who was actually there for me, who was actually taking every phone call, who was actually daily checking on me. You know what I'm saying? Who was actually calling up to the prison like she said she was being done wrong and y'all doing her like this and that, who was actually putting money on my books every week, who was actually making sure I had shoes on my feet and panties to wear because the state panties was falling apart. You know what I'm saying? That I had Hanes to buy off of my access package. So for me, when this person is trying to act like she did, and then one time after that, so 30, 80, she sent 75, and then she just sent like, I want to say $40 while I was in camp. So there was times where she did send money, but that woman ain't send me. It didn't even equal no goddamn $1,000, $1,000. It didn't make it there. Meanwhile, I'm spending 2.8 years. Not days, bitch. Years of my life in this prison where everything is hell of expensive. If you want warmth, you have to have good socks on your feet. You know what I'm saying? You have to buy those. That could be $10, where in the dollar store they $1. You understand what I'm saying? Then you got to buy 2-3 pair because they still Dollar Tree socks. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Even though that's going to cost you $30. You know what I mean? So I'm not devaluing what she's doing, but the grandiose statements, like as if you took care of me and held me down and was so there for me. No, you weren't. Then when I didn't talk to her for about 6-7 months, my daughter ended up getting into an incident. My daughter ended up, because my baby she's where I used to be. You know what I'm saying? She was where I used to be. She was very wild while I was in there. She told the people straight up, I'm not listening to nobody that ain't my mama. So it is what it is. That's the type of timing my daughter was on. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, she's writing me letters. I'm talking to her on the phone. She's coming to visit me every 2 weeks. And I found out that she had got drugged across a parking lot. Okay. Now I'm tripping. I'm like, oh my God, somebody done drugged my baby across a fucking parking lot. Where is she? What's going on? I'm calling Yvette, calling, because I want to see if I can get her to make a few calls for me so that I can figure out what's going on with my baby. This bitch answered the phone. This bitch answered the phone after not speaking to me for months. This bitch answered the phone. Didn't I tell you if I'm gonna call, if you call and I don't answer, then I will call you back? How the fuck you gonna call me back? I'm in prison. And who the fuck are you talking to? When I tell you, have a good day at school, baby. When I tell you, hold on, mommy, pop in and say hi right quick. Let me show y'all my pretty princess. Imagine somebody dragging my baby across the goddamn parking lot. I can show you. Bye, baby. Bye, mom. You know what I'm saying? You dragging my pretty princess across the parking lot is about to piss me off. It's about to get me on edge. Then I call this battle axe of a woman to thinking that she's any type of support. And she's screaming and yelling in my ear like a damn banshee. Wow. And y'all know how she scream and yell. So I really didn't need to even demonstrate it. But over nothing. And I'm talking about breathing heavy. I told you I will get in touch. Don't you fucking and all this other stuff. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And so it was best for me to simply just let her speak and hang up, because at that point, you know how you feel that feeling in your belly, and you feel like You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hell no. You feel me?
Too.
Yes. I got that feeling. I started feeling dangerous. Yeah, I started feeling dangerous. So because I'm mature and I'm not immature ass old lady like her, I decided to let her talk, let her hang up. And I was over it. And we didn't speak again for another month or so. Like, she's acting like we had consistent contact in there. It was crazy. I mean, look at her comments. Scream on those peanuts. Like, it's just immaturity from every angle. Like, she's just an immature old lady. There's nothing you could do with that.
Right.
Why would her comment be scream on those peanuts?
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it. I want people to see how ridiculous this lady is.
She's really, something is really wrong with her.
Yeah.
Something's really wrong with her. She's so immature. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I knew from that point on that I really wasn't finna be fucking with her like that. And then when I went to camp, it was like she would be trying to tell me about Tenneke and like other people, but it was going in one ear and out the other, because me and her had discussed. She was crying one day and she was like, I'm so tired of these people picking on me. And I'm so tired of them. They just be coming for me. And I know she'd be attacking people. Like, obviously I knew that, but I was her friend at the time. So I let her speak her piece. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I let her play her little victim role or whatever. But I was like, she's like, I don't want to do this type of commentary no more. I don't want to do this type of, I got to find something different to do. And I'm like, yeah, go out in public and film yourself going out in public. And have fun. Show them show them you at concerts and this and that. And I did see that she put up one post with her and her ex-fiance who bought her that fake bubblegum shop ring, that bubblegum machine ring. I did see that the one where the diamonds wasn't diamonding and the bling wasn't blinking and it was plastic, and I almost accidentally swapped it. Huh?
Did she buy it herself? Was there ever
I think she did. But if she need another ring, I can give her 25 cents for the machine though. But anyway, with that being said, with that being said, I don't know. I did see her put up a video of her like at a concert with her ex-fiance who didn't spend no time with her because he really didn't like her in real life because she was a drunkard. But she tried. You tried.
Yeah, I still don't believe that was a fiance. That was just a co-worker.
I never saw him. Let me tell you something. When I showed up to her house, I showed up for some Memorial Day shit. It was supposed to be a barbecue. Literally, nobody showed up. None was like, Mama, why are we the only people here? I was supposed to meet her fiance. Nobody showed up. Not a fiance. Not a nobody.
Wow, because I didn't even realize that was Memorial Day weekend. What? So you didn't see like a fiance? Like, did you smell a scent of a man there?
No. I think she thought I was the man, but no. Yeah,
and so because I heard like, oh, the fiance was allegedly married and they was having some kind of rendezvous. Like, it was always so many excuses, because here's the thing. Somebody was mad at me because I gave her the nickname Box Eater, and like they were like, why are you making fun of her sexuality, blah blah blah. No, this lady has attacked me this whole time.
She attacked me.
Like, she does it to herself, and so I can't do it back to her.
Right. And then what, like I said, y'all see how she attacked me for no reason, jumped the gun thinking people are against her, attacked me for some simple commentary. And then as soon as you say one thing, I'm going to take you to court. I'm taking you to court. But look at all the stuff that you said. Take me to court and let's see who's going to win. Look at you.
Right.
Clock it.
Right, with your fake fiance.
I have so much evidence. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And so, now thinking about it, you didn't meet no family, no fiance, no nothing. There wasn't a scent of a man in the place.
I've never met it. Listen, I never even met a dog of hers. I was not as close to this lady as people are trying to make it seem. I met her one time. The one time I met her was for 2 days. After that, we had conversations over the phone. I have been in prison. Yes, she was supportive at times while I was in prison. She was not my support system while I was in prison. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's okay to be a decent human being and answer the phone for somebody in prison. I answered the phone for Tory Chisholm. I don't know him from a damn hole in the wall, but he wanted me to do a story on him. So I answered the phone. It's just human decency. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's in prison, it's not that you were so there or so whatever. Like, I don't like the grandiose and feeling like you so important that I got to come after you. You're nobody to me, bitch. I'm Toxic Diamond. Don't ever forget who the fuck I am over no damn numbers, bitch. Because guarantee you, when I did it once, I'll do it again. Baby, I'm Toxic Diamond. Remember who I am. You don't even have a real name on this bitch. Like, knock that off. You only in the beef sector doing this because you think this is getting you some little pennies and crumbs and attention. And that's all you thriving off of. Bitch, I do real content on this platform. Just know that. And you're not no type of tea. Your body not tea. Your face not tea. Your hair fucked up. You don't have no edges. Your head not tea. Our dreadlock journey wasn't even the same. My shit busting and your shit fussing. We're not the same. We're nowhere near the same. I'm a youthful 40. You're an old ass messy 50 something. Leave me alone. I've never spent one birthday with this lady. Never spent one holiday with this lady. I don't know why she's trying to make it seem like we so close and know each other like that. Bitch, I don't know you like that. You don't know my family. Like, I don't know your family. Like, move the fuck around. You mad because somebody don't want to fuck with you? Move around, baby.
Right, because she did try to make it seem like you guys are like family and stuff like that. And I didn't like how, knowing what we know now, like she tried to say, oh, your dad said this and that, because people don't know your dad actually passed away while you were in prison. Like,
yes, he did.
How was that for you?
That was rough for me. I feel like, so this is why I wanted to do the TMZ thing this morning, because I feel like with situations like what I went through, and that's why scum of the earth ass bitches like that, they could never get to me. My skin is so tough. And just what I went through, having to go through all these demons and face them every day. These women with these demons that they have on them, it was a daily thing. And then to be suffering losses and emotional stress and all that different stuff. Hey, George, all that stuff while you're in there and going through that, it makes you tough. It makes you, you know what I mean? And that's why I pride myself on coming out a decent person. For me, my dad's passing, it was a little bit of, it was very painful, mind you, but I knew it was coming. But it was very, there was, I don't know why, but there was a peaceful element to it. I still have not properly grieved my father, and he's been passed for a year on July 6th. And again, this is why I would never deal with this woman or these men again, because they know these things and will continue to attack me for absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? But with my father's passing, my father, thank you so much. Create your own best version. My father was somebody who bought the community together. He bought people together, and he was very good at keeping his distance from people that he felt were not, that his spirit didn't agree with. You know what I'm saying? When my father passed, the entire prison, and you got to remember, at this time, I had been there for 2 years and 4 months. Everybody knows me. I'm not a quiet person. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there singing and rapping and twerking and standing on handstands and flirting with officers and yelling down the hallway at other officers, and you know what I'm saying, being loud at chow, and this my table, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't quiet. You know what I mean? I was me when I was in there. I was genuinely the same me that I'm always going to be. Right. So a little bit more unhinged for the first year, but the second year was definitely growth. But so the entire prison was even people that I consider my enemy, because I beat this lady up named T up real bad, and she came to me. No, because she thought because she was bigger than me, she was gonna beat my ass, so I had to show her something. But anyway,
yeah, you had to put her down.
Yeah, she was bullying me. She was bullying me for like 3 days, but because I wouldn't do that for no reason. I was really on my best behavior. But anyway, But so the entire prison, and even this lady T had come up to me and was like, Diamond, are you good? Are you okay? Do you need anything? You know what I'm saying? 600 people, 600 girls on the rotation that I was on, right? 600 girls checking on me, officers. I was sitting on my bunk one day and I had 7 girls in my room. Now, mind you, you're not supposed to have nobody in your cell. You can't even cell visit. You're not supposed to be at the door. That's cell visiting. Being in a cell is being in an unauthorized area if it's not your cell, right? Those are both major write-ups, get you sent to the hole, okay? So I had 7 girls in my cell. One of the slow-ass people, she gonna come in and accidentally close my door, locked us all in the cell. Now it's right. Now it's me and 8 females locked in my little bitty ass cell because they were praying for me. They were reading the Bible with me and my bunkie. She was a huge Christian. Her name was Galaxy. Shout out to Galaxy. She's a Hispanic girl, Christian woman who was in love with Michael B. Jordan. She loved Black people. She would be like, oh my God, Diamond, look how you woke up today. You look so fucking good. Like, she loved Black people. She'd be like, what the fuck? Look at her face. Like, she was really one of them dramatic type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she kept me uplifted already. Like, God knew to put me with that girl during this turbulent time, because I didn't know that was finna happen. But it happened while I was in the presence of somebody that really uplifted my spirit on a daily in there. Like, fuck, Diamond, look at your face today. Are you gonna do your eye makeup, fool? Oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? And so me and Galaxy, we had all the girls in there, we praying and we're talking about my dad, and I'm giving up the memories. And the next thing you know, Erica come and she lock us all in the room. And so the officer walked by, and it just so happened to be the right officer. She walked by thick as hell with her damn wig on. And she looked in the window and she said, what the hell, y'all having an orgy in here? And we was like, no, we lifted up our Bibles. And when I tell you, she stood there because she was going to keep us locked in there for a minute. I could tell they do that too. They do that too. They will leave all 80 y'all locked in there for the whole entire day. You won't come out for no tears. Y'all will just be looking stupid locked in a cell versus them doing 8 write-ups and sending 8 people to the hole. You know what I'm saying? Right. They'll just leave you locked in a room all day. They do shit like that, like just to fuck with you. You know what I mean? So when she saw that we were holding Bibles and I explained to her my dad just passed, they were like, her dad just died, da 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 da. She opened that cell up. Do you know she came in there and we started singing, the Spirit of the Lord is here in my cell. The Spirit of the Lord is here. We were so loud. The CO and literally 8 girls and myself, we were in my cell crying and singing, the Spirit of the Lord is here. And it was like, that's when I knew, like, at that moment, I'm like, damn, my dad really do be bringing people together, even in this prison. And I felt my dad's presence from that day on. Like, my dad really walked the rest of that shit down with me for real, in spirit. And it's even my dad's calming spirit right now, and his words that stay in the back of my brain that keep me from flipping out on people when they trying to attack me while I'm going through everything I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? I'm still grieving. I'm still dealing with that. My dad is not the only person who died in there. My grandmother died October 23rd, 2023 as well. I lost my grandmother and my dad while I was in there. You know, my cousin went into a coma. She's still in a coma. Obviously I had lost my child. I had to gain back custody of my child. You know, had to get my place back. Nobody cares, but all 5 of my animals went to jail. That's serious shit to me. I sat in there grieving for a lot of different things, feeling suicidal and feeling really hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it really takes the spirit of my dad. Like, my dad's spirit walks with me every day. That's why I can ignore sad people and sad spirits like that, because my dad's spirit trumps all of that. You understand what I'm saying? And I really appreciate those of y'all who are actually adult women. Yeah. So much
love, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think also too, with your dad, I feel that just like you said, his presence, his words are still there with you.
They are.
And I think also too, that's why when you came out of prison, like, you're like, as far as all that fighting and everything like that, I don't want to do that no more.
I'm not.
And like, it's like people are trying to bring that out of
Provoke
you.
me into doing it. Yeah.
Right. And you don't want to. Like, I mean, you even went through the name change, which I didn't ask you in the beginning, but now you're Truh instead of Toxic,
Yeah.
Like, how was the whole name change thing? Like, what was the thought process behind the name change?
So the thought process behind the name change is basically it's biblical. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. It's biblical, because
we having church on Friday, right, Kay? You right about that.
Right. It's biblical. It's like I said, it's a Paul-Saul situation. It's a Saul-Paul situation. The Bible says when you were a child, you do childish things, and when you're an adult, you shed those clothing and become an adult. Yes, Nani.
Oh, you good? You good?
Okay, handle your business. Love you.
Please hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to Truh Talks as well, too, you guys.
Yes. Let me type in the
interview so far.
Okay. So yeah, it was a biblical situation. I just wanted to indicate my change through my name. You know what I'm saying? Indicate that I'm coming out different. I'm coming out grown. That I'm starting to get emotional.
Aww.
I think you triggered me with that conversation about my dad. Thank you. I don't know, y'all. I really did a lot of work on myself while I was in there. That was so hard for me. And I hate crying about it because I'm supposed to be so strong and this and that, right? But you don't know what prison is until you go to prison, right? This is why it's so important for me to put these books out and reach out to certain people once I am completely done and off parole, which is today. Praise God.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm off parole. This is my last day. This is it. Thank you.
Wrap it up.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
So it would have been the 24th, but that's the weekend. So it's the 22nd. So yeah. But you don't know what the process of prison is and how traumatizing that can be to be around rapists, women that would grape their own sisters and children, or let somebody else grape their own children and mothers, or a woman that would just take a baby's life or set a baby on fire and all this stuff. People don't know how it feels to be around them type of people. You know what I'm saying? And so, or like one of my best people that I loved her so much. She was my favorite person. She's a little old lady, but she was a serial killer. She killed 13 people. I had no idea until I had already formed this huge bond with her. People don't know how it feels to face those type of demons every day. So, I felt like I wanted to use that time. It was hard for me to be resilient against the demons. Of course, I could have been in there getting high. Them girls was getting high, fucking on bunks, sticking bananas and celeries up they self. Having, fucking for noodles. I'm talking about ripping each other hair and teeth out. It was crazy. I really could have got in there and been a part of all of that and came out totally different. But I'd be so grateful because I used that time to grow myself, to grow my character, to make sure that my child knew that just because we went through a situation don't mean I'm giving up on you. My father fought for me and I'm gonna fight for you. And that's all. I really wanted my mother to do that. And so I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to fight for you so that you can know that I love you unconditionally, because a lot of people don't understand what unconditional love is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, my kid did this. Well, fuck him, fuck her. And that's not unconditional love. That's not what love is. And so, without keeping a record, I wanted to show Nani that. I wanted to grow her. And my baby is very respectful. Now she's a totally different person because she knows how hard I fought for her. She saw me not only do it in there, do all my classes in there, parenting, counseling, everything, domestic violence, anger management. I went through 2 anger management courses, went through a year of therapy, Celebrate Recovery, all that stuff. staying sober because they randomly drug test you in prison as well. Never failed one drug test, never none of that. One major write-up for a failure to participate in a program, and that was it. Never did anything in that motherfucker that would make me jeopardize getting out and getting this baby back. Then when I got out, fought like hell to make sure I got my own place and got that girl out of that system as soon as I could. I did what I needed to do to show her that I'm fighting for her, that I've grown, that I'm, and you know what I'm saying? And in the process that I've actually matured to the level that I am now, where I don't even give acknowledgement to toxic, as KB wrote, toxic things. Can't lie, I used to watch Truh Diamond before she went to jail and was Toxic Diamond. I honestly thought she was living in denial and delusion. Now I see how much she has changed, and it's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know how much living in a delusion I was as well. And that's my prayer for these people, is that they can grow and come up out of this toxic ass, delusional, low vibration ass season that they in. It is so low vibrational. It's ridiculous.
Right. There was a lot happening during that time. And I think, like, you know, granted, did I want you to go to prison? No. But I feel that you needed some kind of break. I didn't know what that break was, but you needed some kind of break during that time. It was so much going on.
Yes,
and
I did need a break.
Yeah. And
I was working so hard. I was working so hard. I was not sleeping. I was not sleeping. I was using food for energy. So that, you know, when you don't sleep, your mind starts to think in ways that you wouldn't think in if you were getting the proper rest. You know, your body operates in ways that it wouldn't operate in if you were getting the proper rest. And I think for me, I was working through the day, working through the night, waking up, taking Nani to school in the morning, working through that time, picking her up, getting her in volleyball, you know, cooking, doing all this stuff while not getting no damn sleep. I was just a workhorse, and I was just going. And my dad, one day, my dad told me about that. My dad was like, I'm telling you, I tell this story all the time. I went to his house and I stayed woke literally for 48 hours. I was just typing, typing and working, drinking coffee, typing and working and drinking coffee. And my dad slammed his hand down on the table. He said, Donata. And I was like, oh, what? And he was like, you don't think you're working too much? And I said, no, I do not. And he was like, you don't think you're missing out on stuff because you're working too much? And I said, no. And he said, well, it's 8:10. And I said, oh, let me rush this little girl off to school because now she's late, because I was sitting here working for days straight and ain't damn looked up. Yeah, so I was working so hard. I definitely needed a break. The crazy part about that is that while I was in prison, I kept working. I wrote 6 novels, 16 children's books, and a poetry book with over 200 poems in it. I even wrote a full how-to book about how to maintain locks while in prison. It's called Locked for Life.
Locked for Life. I like that.
Yeah.
Because your autobiography is going to be a trilogy, right?
Yes, it is a trilogy. Yes, it is. The first book that I wrote is the beginning. It goes into some of the summary of the second book. The second book is way more specific. The second book is going to have to be broken down into 2 books because I was really writing a lot. Like, I really went in. And then the third portion of that goes with that is the journaling, because I was journaling every single day. And so my journaling is basically coincides with everything that you're going to be reading about. So you have, I wish I could say the names of the book. I can't say the names until I have those names absolutely copywritten and all these pages copywritten. So as soon as that's done, I'll come back and we'll talk about it. I might give you a little bit of read and, you know, we'll go from there. Yeah.
I love that. So what are one of your goals that I don't want to say just one. What are some of your goals moving on in the future, you know, as far as your books, all the different business adventures that you're getting into? Like, what are your goals for the future?
So, okay, so check your messages. So my goals for, how do I get out of there? Okay. So my goals for the future is to become an author. I'm going to be releasing my book within the next 30. Check your personal messages in this chat. So I'm going to be releasing a book within the next 30 days. My goal is to move out of Vegas. I definitely need to do that. I end up coming here and getting stuck here, which is really that was really bad. And just to maintain my sobriety and my right mind. I think a lot of the reason why I was unhinged before is all the drinking and just, some liquor will play with your brain. It will make you think you're right when you're wrong. And I think we're seeing that in a certain case. It happened to me, and that's the reason why I give her a little bit of grace. I actually just for the hell of it, Judge Shady Court, I have nothing against you. I don't know why you decided to get up there and attack me like that over commentary. Whatever your problem is with Tennessee Headhunter, AT2, or anybody else, once you stop talking to me and we're not talking, I'm not obligated to you. And even if we were still friends, I'm not obligated to not speak to or about those people because of my relationship with you or my non-relationship with you. I don't know why you jumped the gun in believing that I was against you. That's completely absurd. You decided to get up there cussing, screaming, yelling, and attacking me, my children, my dad, my dog, my house, my car, my blah, blah, blah. I don't even have a car and you attacked it. Like, I don't understand why you did all that. But like, it reminded me, and I was talking to Nani about this. You know what Nani said? She said, mama, because she one of them people that if you confront her about something and she think you gonna hit her, she'll pick up a knife and stab you just because she think you gonna hit her. And you ain't even gonna hit her. I'm like, what is wrong with? And that stab will be in the back, okay? Because I never at any point did I say anything negative about the lady. I simply said that I had heard through the grapevine that her and Tennessee had a court case going on. I said I heard through the grapevine that she had another court case going on with a lady named Sweet P.
Sweet diaper booty, yeah.
Okay, and that I didn't want anything to do with somebody that's constantly taking somebody to court. That's what I said, and that's what I mean, and I still mean that.
Right, you trying to stay out of trouble? Like that's your whole thing. Like I don't want to be involved.
Well, not just that. It's not even just about staying out of trouble because I know how to do that. Right? It's about if we're going to have YouTube back and forth and we're going to do commentary or we're going to gag the audience by dissing each other or making videos about each other, it's about entertainment for me. None of that I said initially was ever personal. The only reason why I told the story about what happened when I was at her house is because she got up there spinning a false narrative about me, yelling and screaming and spitting into her phone and talking about everything, under the sun, when all I said was, you have a court case with Tennessee, and if she feel like she needed to get some distance between y'all, then as she should. You know what I'm saying? And also that I heard that this woman had a case with this person. I never said anything negative about her for her to get up there and do that. I don't link up with people to come against other people. I've never linked up with the headhunter or you or anybody else to come against her. Again, you're not even that important for anybody to come against. Okay. Everybody here has seen more success on this platform than you. Who are you to come against? On top of that, I never had anything against her. So what would be the point of me doing that? I did simple commentary. Then this lady starts screaming and yelling to the top of her lungs and attacking me. And then it's like, if we're going to attack each other, right? Which I didn't attack her. I just stayed smooth about it because, I'm way too grown and too pretty, bitch. So... period. So I was just on my grown-up shit like, wow, this is absurd. And this lady is really sitting here acting a fool, and I was just calm about it. And the next thing I know, I told the truth about something I have audio about. And this person was like, and I showed receipts that this person was lying about a bunch of stuff that they said in one of their videos. And then the next thing you know, it's going to be a police report. If you feel like you can attack people online, and then when they say one or two things about you, you talking about the police and reports and this and that, why would anybody even bother with you? And this is the reason why a lot of people don't pay her attention. She'd get more attention if she stopped doing all that. It's like she's stuck in a loop of feeling like that's a way to handle her issues. And eventually it's going to bite her in the butt, just like it did one of the other bloggers. She kept calling the police, and they locked her ass up for 7 days for harassing the system. You know, it's going to eventually bite her in the butt. The police is not, everything is not worth a lawsuit and calling the police. It's just words on the internet, man. Like, is you cool, bitch?
Right. And you know, it seemed like she wants to have like this control over you and like you owe her something. And like there's actually another content creator, King Payne, that feels like you owe him something. I guess, you know, he talked to you while you were in prison, and then I was in the chat, he was in the chat, you said hi to me, but not to him. Mind you, I don't remember a time where he was in the chat and I was in the chat. I don't remember
that's because he don't know he's hidden from my chat. If I'm keeping it real, I said I was going to keep it all the way real on here. So that's because he don't know he was hidden from my chat. So here's the thing, okay? Because I'm just going to keep it real with you. I did kind of try to make it seem like I didn't quite dump him as a friend, but I did. I dumped him as a friend long ago, and I blocked him from my chat. And I stopped answering his calls. And I'm keeping it real, because these are the things that he's complaining about and saying, oh, and she started acting funny towards me. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. And here's the reason why. Because when I got out and I started seeing some of his old videos, right? That's not my friend. That's not my friend. So I started watching some of his old videos and started seeing some of the stuff that he was saying. I buried gems in a Seagull suite and just a bunch of just evil ass shit. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it. I'm just not, I don't want to be involved with anybody who even has that type of spirit to even have that type of, like, the spirit to even attack me like that. That's more than verbal. That's more than commentary. You are attacking me. This is the difference in between what happened with me and Judge Shady Court. What I said was literally commentary. I never said one personal thing about her, except that I wouldn't want to be around somebody that continues. I wouldn't even want to go back and forth with somebody that continues to feel like they can say stuff. Then when you say something back, they talking about filing lawsuits and calling the police. Nobody wants to deal with that. That's why nobody deals with her. Nobody wants to deal with it, right? That's why you got bloggers that's not even real bloggers saving videos of her being drunk and cussing and doing all that just in case she ever tried them, right? Okay, am I lying? Okay, then. So, because nobody wants to deal with somebody that's constantly doing that off of a YouTube channel. We have real lives. Just because you argue with somebody on YouTube doesn't mean that my real life should be impacted behind you. Nobody even knows you. You're all the way in a different state. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like the situation with him, if you even had the mitigated gall in your spirit to say that I would do some shit like that to an animal, I don't want nothing to do with you. I understand that Nosy Ho, Official King Pay, and those two white women, they went on a money run about gems behind me. And of course you got the follower ass blogs. I'm not going to even say her name because she ain't even worth it. But she tried to do her little 1 and 2, this person scamming and this, that, all this other shit. But she's so irrelevant that, bitch, once you even did the little move you did, bitch, you will never get any of my attention. You'll never get me to say your name a day in your fucking life. You know what I'm saying? But so my whole thing is I understood that it was a money run. So I didn't take it personally. I let them do their money shit and I stayed doing me. You know what I mean? But when I got out and I realized that this person, I listened to some of the videos and this person was not doing commentary. This person was not saying allegedly, people on the internet are saying, or this person said, no, that's what I said when I was commenting on Judge Shady Court. This person, or I heard, or I was told, you know what I'm saying? And did commentary. This man was attacking me. And y'all know she put the dog under the Seagull suite. Meanwhile, Jims is just as fine at his new Mexican owner house, eating tacos and burritos. Rita! Yeah. What the fuck?
You had to do a video going to
show him with his new owner. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
And boy, am I grateful, because I'm so grateful for that lady, because she takes good care of Gems. I have her Facebook. Of course, I would never share that here. But I do see Gems all the time now that I'm out. He's fat. And yeah, he's fat. He is overweight. No. But anyway, he's not my dog no more, so I can't say nothing about his diet. But baby, he's definitely eating tacos and burritos, baby. Okay. But she takes good care of Gems. He's a cute little boy. He's playing outside and he's doing his thing, you know, and I'm grateful for that lady, because she does give me the chance to still be like, oh, he's good. And he, you know what I mean? And check on him. So, yeah.
And I think too, like, it was so personal, because I don't think people realize, like, you love your animals. Like, I think it's just an animal, but
no, those are my best. Like, look. I'm not playing. Look where my baby at right now. My baby right here asleep. My baby. Do y'all not be checking my posts on my tab, my community tab? How many pictures I posted this baby? This is like, I love my animals down, and they can feel it and they know it. You know what I'm saying? Like my ferrets, I traveled with them. I would not leave them in the house by themselves. If I was gone, they was gone with me. I cried like hell. When my animals, I went to jail, Nani went to jail, all my animals went to jail. I was like, fuck this, I don't want to do this no more. My dog and my cats, because I'd actually had another Chihuahua named Tinkerbell Johnson, and a lot of people didn't know about Tinkerbell because I didn't put her on social media, and I was just so upset. Boy, I set up plenty of days just crying about my animals, AT2. I swear, it make me emotional right now, because it's not even okay. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody to sit there and say some shit like that, that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? I did discipline Gems. I never beat Gems. Like, that's crazy.
Right. Well, do you feel like maybe you should have ran it by Kingpin and been like, hey, you said some shit to me, and yeah, we can't rock with each other, or did
he run it past me when he said the shit?
No.
Okay. Also, okay. So then also though, with that being said, look what he did afterward. You see what I'm saying? It shows a lot about your character and where you were with this person when you get angry, when you get upset. I could have gotten quiet, and this is both with Judge Shady Court and with Kingpin. I could have gotten quiet, went through my little emotions about whatever I was feeling, got over it, because I'm a forgiver, right? Got over it and came back to it and be like, yeah, I had to get my mind right, friend. You know what I'm saying? But instead, he got on the internet trying to make money off of me again, because that's what they see me as. That's why they so mad. That's why they keep my name in their mouth, trying to make money off of me again and talking about she been acting funny and we discussed her. I think she mad about me not letting her move in my place. When have I ever tried to move in your place? I've never met you in real life. I've never been to your house. I don't know where you live. You are delusional as fuck. That is ridiculous. Like, I've never met this man, had a meal with this man, laughed and seen his face in real life at all. This man, I had 4 15-minute phone calls. That is the equivalent of 1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah.
I spoke to him once when I was at Smiley. He sent me $35. And then I spoke to him on 3 different occasions while I was at camp. That was it. A 1 hour and $35. And this man is talking about he held me down. I was in there for 2 years and 8 months. Why would you be saying you held me down? Like, the delusions are real. And I don't want to be friends with people that's even have that type of character. You lie for no reason, talking about I discussed moving in with you. Like, that's crazy. That's craziness.
Right. Because it's kind of like y'all weren't even that close for you to move in with him.
No, never met that man a day in my life. Met Judge Shady Court for 2 days on one occasion. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't even know these people. Why would I explain what I'm feeling to you? So you can go put it on the internet before me? Because you know I'm going to explain it to y'all. Like, I'm going to tell y'all regardless. Like why would I? Yeah, no.
Did you always feel like with him, it was all about content and not like a genuineness?
Yes. Yes. He even asked me, if I would allow him to review my old videos, and whatever he makes from the content, he'll give me half of it for me to be when I was in prison. And I didn't need that. I had somebody that was sending me upwards of $200, $300 every week. I didn't need that. So, but yes,
Right.
he definitely was trying to make money off of me, and still is. Sad situation. Yeah. I like my whole thing is this, y'all. I'm not looking for fly by night friends. I'm not looking for friends at all, but I'm not looking for, if you do become a person that's a part of my inner circle, for you to come in, get information, and then jump out and start spitting information out on the internet. That's not okay to do. Secondly, I'm looking for the longevity of relationships. I could care less about having seasonal people in my life. Like, that shit's whack.
I agree. And with Trees, like what's going on with that situation? Because like, I know like someone was telling you, oh, this person is saying this and that and all that. Like, was there an issue before you went into prison, or like what's the situation with her?
So I don't watch Trees' commentary. I don't watch her videos. I do know that she is one of those people that is talking about people a lot and like trying to get in people's personal business and calling people. This is from what I've been told. The only thing that happened between really didn't happen between us. I just did a little bit of commentary on Trees' daughter, because I seen one interview that her daughter had done before I went to prison. And I said, I don't think it's cool that people would get up on this platform talking about their mother and their childhood because of what I have went through. Because I did the same thing with my mom. And so from experience, I said, I don't think that it's cool that, us as daughters or us as mothers get up here and speak on each other and allow all these other people into our personal business. You know what I'm saying? For your daughter to be saying some of the stuff that she said, and then for you to come back and rebuttal her like you on her level. You're not on her level. You her motherfucking mama. You know what I'm saying? And it's not okay. You know what I mean? You got to go. Sometimes you got to be the example. That's like, with my situation. I thought that was a poor character. And that woman have tried to tell me, oh, I don't do stuff like that no more. That's not my life. But it is your life. You got up there and did it. So just know it's done. Okay. So you can't apologize. You can't take that back because you did it and it's done. Right. Also, though, and let me point this out, and I just want to say this, as the child, and this is what I've come to realize, we as children, I'm speaking from the child point of view, and then I'm going to go back to Trees. We as children cannot attack our parents and expect them to have the reactions that we want them to have. If they were carrying out the actions or reactions that we wanted them to have, we wouldn't be attacking them in the first place for what they're doing or not doing. Okay, so just us as parents, us as the children, and this is just me through my growth process and what I learned, we cannot attack our parents and then for what they did when we were children in our adulthood and expect them to react to us like we're still kids. And that's period. And that's a very big lesson that I learned the hard way, right? But that's part of growth, is actually learning the skill set to be a full adult and knowing what I need from my childlike self and putting that into motion for myself, that I don't need it from another grown woman. Right. Regardless of whatever her role is. Right. So that was just a little nugget. Back to Trees. Nothing had ever happened between me and Trees. I don't know that she's done any commentary about me. I do know that Yvette, when I was in prison, Trees obviously had done a video about me moving to camp, and Yvette was like, damn, that bitch stalking you from all the way from in prison and this, that, and the other. She told me that Trees' daughter proved that Trees had AIDS. She told me Trees was on medication, that she wasn't doing well. She told me a lot of stuff about this lady Trees. So it really blew me to see the same person that would be saying all this stuff about this lady be up on her platform talking about me. That was so crazy. The same person that was trying to keep me from King Payne and King Payne from me didn't want to give me the boy's phone number. Okay, he had to reach out to me on his kiosk himself, on my kiosk by himself, because she refused to give me his phone number. This is the same woman that's talking shit about these same people. Oh, that faggot this and faggot that and this and that and the other. But you over on these people's platform. Explain to
Ooh.
baby. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
because
I
she
don't
was
know.
like,
Apparently there was allegedly some, huh?
because she tried to say Tenneke was attacking you and stuff like that. Well,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. She tried to
I
tell
found
me a
that
lot
very
of that stuff.
interesting. Mhm.
But apparently there was some rumors going around about trees having AIDS or something while I was in there. I don't know. There was something like that she had told me. I wasn't out for that. Obviously, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go check on it. It's not my business. That's that lady's medical business. Whether she do or
Right, and I
don't.
would never say anything. Like,
Yeah,
even
that's
if it
crazy.
was
Even
true,
if
I
she
wouldn't
did,
even.
like, what
That,
girl? What the
yeah, why
like?
are you out
And
somebody's status?
yeah,
Yeah,
and I know that Trees has probably said some stuff about me, but I don't know Trees. I have nothing against her. I see that she's going through some as far as her children are concerned. You know, I'm going through some as far as my children are concerned. We're both mothers, we're both daughters, and I don't have anything against Trees. I don't know why she entertains some of the stuff she entertained, but I don't know the lady. I've never spoken with her. I've never had an incident with her. Never had any beef with her. I don't know her.
yeah, that is crazy. Oh my God. And there was also a situation with Jaguar Wright too, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
she
there was.
Jaguar wanted to contact you or something like that.
Yes. So while the judge was calling herself my friend, right? She was actively keeping me separated from people, right? So not only King Payne, not only trying to make sure that I wasn't friends with this person, that person, that person, that person. But then she also was getting, so Jaguar Wright was reaching out to me, and she was obviously I was not reaching back. Okay. So because like I said, I'm not interested in being anybody's, like, whatever Jaguar was trying to do with me. Like, that's not,
Right.
you know what I mean? I guess whatever she was doing with Solar, I don't know what she has going on, what she's trying to do with people, but she's trying to do something. Okay. So she was reaching out to me. I wasn't reaching back. And then I guess she reached out to that lady, the judge, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Need to be judging her hairline. But anyway, but so, and I'm gonna get that hairline 4 thumbs down. I wish I had 2 more hands, bitch. Anyway, so she reached out to the judge, and then she told me, oh, Jaguar Wright is trying to reach out to you. And I told her, no, Jaguar Wright was trying to send me $200 to talk to her and all this stuff. I didn't want to deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I don't know what Jaguar Wright's intentions were. All I know is that she actively, the judge actively kept me separated from people. Not that I wanted to get in touch with Jaguar Wright, but it just goes to show how much in the middle of my mix, how she was just trying to like control who I speak to. Hi, Joy to the world. Nice to see you again. She was trying to control who I speak to, trying to control who I interact with. I mean, it was just a mess. And this is a woman that months would go by and I wouldn't speak to this woman.
Yeah, and she made herself like she was the liaison between you and us. Like, that's what I was under the impression of. She was like,
no.
Wow.
No, I think I asked her for your number a couple of times.
Really? And
yeah, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. And she did not give it to me. I told her, I told her to give you my information. She, at any time she could have done that. She wanted to be the middleman in the middle of my mix, doing all that stuff. I don't get it. And then when we fall out, you have all this negative stuff to say about me, but look at all that you want. Like, look at the position you wanted to be in my life. So that speaks for itself.
Wow. Just like knowing how manipulative she was and how she tried to control the situation. And it didn't, like, from what I'm understanding, you could have talked to people directly as long as you had contact with them. Like, she didn't need to be the liaison. And
no. And let me say this too. Not one time ever did that lady accept one collect call. It was not that type of time. I was calling her on my own dime. Okay. Whenever I did call her, and King Payne accepted 2 collect calls, and I called him on my own dime for the other 2 calls. So that was split down the middle. I just want to make sure that people know like the type of timing it was on. It wasn't that type of timing, bro. Like for real.
She wouldn't take the collect call. She would only
No, I had to pay for every call that I made to her. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't on that type of time. Like, I don't know why she doing that. Like she just was doing big shit and this and that. We will be making plans for the future. Yeah. But then look how she reacts to stuff. And I think so one thing that I wanted to say, he's so spoiled. One thing that I actually wanted to say, about this experience from prison, that was rough to go through. But what I learned the most about being in prison, what I actually learned, what brought me there, and this is a big deal. What put me in prison was my actions, my reactions to things. The biggest lesson that I learned is about my reactions. Sometimes you can have dynamic reactions, and I'm talking to you, Judge Evie. Sometimes you can have dynamic reactions that can unravel you, and they're unnecessary and they only hurt you. Sometimes the people that you think that you're affecting, you're not affecting. You're only affecting yourself. Nobody is as moved as you are by your statements as you are. Like nobody is moved by your statements as you are. You know what I'm saying? So right. It's okay to share pieces of yourself with people, but to be emotionally unhinged and just reacting on your emotions is something that we all need to be very cautious of. That actually got me put in prison once I heard what was going on with my daughter, and I just reacted like slap. You know what I'm saying? That gets you, those things are not healthy to do. So with everything that I do, I make sure that it's intentionally done and move with intention and not just out here raw dogging the internet and raw dogging life. And you know what I'm saying? Right. Because you can regret a lot of those things at the time. That is one of the reasons why I decided to unattach myself from King Pain, because I feel like he raw dogged me as far as the internet and his commentary. That wasn't even commentary. That was just attacking me. Mm-hmm. And I cannot look at you and rightfully say you my friend. And so we're going to change that role in my life, and you're going to revert back to what you were or what you want to be. And he showed me what he want to be. It's just a waiting game. It's just a show and tell. Because here's the thing. Just because you lose contact with a person or y'all decide to take some time to separate doesn't mean that you can never come back. But your reactions and your actions in between time, in the meantime, is going to be the consequence of, or is going to depend. It's going to depend on your actions in between that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, and what I love is that you are back together with your daughter. And I feel like people don't understand like how, you know, whatever you went through in the past and then to be now through this journey, like how has your bond with your daughter got stronger since everything has happened?
Yeah, so it bonded us really closer. Nani, I think that she realizes who is and who is not willing to fight for her. Who this situation showed her who do and who really don't have her back. Because obviously she has a father, right? And he is in her life, and he has a wife, right? But did he get her? No, he didn't. So it just right. So I think that her appreciation for me and my battling through this is on a whole different scale and a whole different level. She's a lot more respectful. She's a lot calmer. She had gotten a little bit conditioned to the point where she would be like, Mom, can I go outside? And it would be like, baby, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. You can go outside. You know what I'm saying? She got a little bit conditioned, and that hurt my heart to see. And it would be other things too that she got a little bit conditioned by. Can I use this out the refrigerator? And it's like, baby, all that food is for you. Go get your food, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she got a little bit conditioned, and that hurts to see. But I think that she, through the couple of months that we've been back together, that she realizes the things that I brought to the table as her parent versus her not having a parent. And she like, if it ain't my mama, I'm not even doing it. Yeah, and she made sure she made sure the judge knew that very blatantly in court. And even her judge, because I had to go through a 555 presumption hearing to even be eligible to get her back. Which means that I'm basically being grilled by 5 different attorneys, state attorney, this attorney, that attorney, and all these different caseworkers and supervisors. And I'm standing on the stand, and I'm going meticulously through each class, each certificate. I had to bring all my paperwork, all my certificates, any write-ups, anything that I got, any letters from therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, any medications, anything. I had to bring everything. And the lease to my place, whatever animal that I have, shot records, this, that, and I had to bring everything.
Wow.
And so, yeah. And so I went through a lot. It was a lot of grilling. I didn't cry only because I wanted to show them that I am emotionally stable enough to handle this. I got this. Yeah. A lot of people think when they cry, you look emotionally unstable, my love.
Right.
Just chill, go through this process and cry afterward. You know what I mean? So I went through all of that, being grilled hard. Oh, the judge, but thank you, Queen Sugar. Thank you, beautiful. So yeah, it took me a lot of work, a lot of strength, a lot of hard emotional energy to get through that. But after that, I was eligible to get my baby back. And that's what the F I did. And I think that she sees, she knows, you know what I mean? And even the judge was like, because when I first went to court on camera from jail, I was like, bitch, did nobody abuse her? Bitch, did nobody abuse? And the judge was like, are you calling me a bitch? I said, bitch, did I stutter?
Oh, you were talking like
I'm in jail. Oh my God, I was so horrible, AT2. I was horrible. That's why I can look at people like Judge Evie and be like, oh no, I can't be around you. You don't know how to act as an adult, because I've been there, done that, and I've grown up. You know what I'm saying? And so when I came back to court and I was like, hi, I'd like to thank the court. I'd like to address the court, first giving honor to you, Judge, and then the rest of the, you know what I'm saying? And then being like, and I read my letter, and I'm like, and I would like to ask the court's apologies for any absent court dates due to my incarceration, Here's the paperwork that I'm presenting. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? The judge was like, you are a completely different person. She was like, you are not the same woman that walked in here 2.5 years ago and called me a bitch, or that was on this video calling me a bitch. And it just really just, you know, that type of stuff still moves me because,
hold on. I know y'all better be hitting that like button.
Hit the like. No, it's 104 likes. I see 104.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, refresh your screen. Okay.
Yeah, I see 104 likes on there. Hold on. Yeah. Yep. So
KB. No, the judge. Like, I would figure she would.
Yeah, no. In court, it's a different respect, right? Especially when this person is controlling your child and your future and stuff like that. So, mommy, can I get a Subway sandwich after school? This girl. Anyway, Lord. So, but yeah, the judge even saw that I was on different type of time. The state attorney that's supposed to be against me, she got up there. So everybody else asked me their questions. She got up there. She's supposed to grill me and rebuttal me. And she was like, no further questions. And the judge was like, you don't have anything to ask her? She was like, no, we do not. Like everybody, I never had so many white people on my side in my life. Everybody was on my side. My social worker was crying. Like it was, yeah, the growth was evident. The fight was evident. I was like, I'm here to fight for my baby. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was not playing 82. Fuck everything everybody else saying. Like Judge Evie, you know, it was certain people, they urged me not to even get my daughter back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she urged me not. That lady urged me not to get my daughter back and to let my daughter be in a system. You see what she just said about my daughter? Somebody said, "Oh, she blaming your daughter for you going to jail and stuff, and this, that, and the other." She over there talking about your child cuss and this, that, and the other. And she's 16 years old. She's been in the system for 2.5 years. running away out in the streets. And you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect her to be, an angel or something? You know what I mean? And it's just like, she been through some real shit. Like, her mother was incarcerated. Her father didn't care to get her. Leave my fucking baby alone. Leave my baby alone. And she's not going to just watch you attack her mother either. Like, what makes you think that? You know what I mean? None of my children are going to just sit up and watch you attack me, except for that first one. We ain't going to bring that up. But yeah. Look, I keep it too real. I ain't going to lie. But I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to lie to y'all now. But I'm just saying, she's not going to sit up and watch you attack her mother. And especially with all that we've been through together, we went through this journey together. You know what I'm saying? And really, she kept me afloat in there. And people wanted to know why. Why was you on your best behavior? Hell, you had your time to get unhinged and go crazy. Nah, because my baby. I got to get out of here and get my baby. I can't have them people looking at me crazy. It's about the longevity of a situation, not just the right now.
Right. You knew you had to get out of there. Like, that wasn't a permanent thing for you. No.
Fuck no. That shit was crazy.
So, Truh, with this interview, what do you want people to get out of it? Like, what message?
The message is growth. The message is growth. The message is grow your character, grow your edges. Sorry. The message is, stop growing liquor in your cup. No, but let me be for real. So the message is just growth. The message is to grow beyond your circumstances, and to just realize, like, whatever I went through, that's my testimony. That's my story to tell. You know what I'm saying? A demonic influence or a demonic force will try to make you feel down about your testimony. Don't feel that way. Always know that whatever you go through, life is not going to stop lifing because I'm a Truh Diamond, or because I'm Toxic Diamond, or because this person is this person, or because AT2 is AT2. We all are going to still go through life. We're human beings, and nobody is exempt from it. The same way I'm going through something and people want to bring up my shit, they going through shit. They just don't tell you about theirs because they fake and felonious, and they don't really want to take accountability for their situations. They rather harp on mine and be into me. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I'm into me, so you can jump off my nuts because I got these nads right here. But
because it's easier to talk about somebody else, but it's harder
to talk about yourself. Exactly. And I think that if a lot more of these bloggers on here focused on what they had going on, they might be more successful on their platforms, period. And carry yourself professionally. Always carry yourself with good intentions, because that's really the only way that you can get blessed. Even with me up here talking about edges and stuff, I'm literally just kidding. I'm just kikiing. That's not an attack. It's just a little kiki. It's nothing serious. So, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just
edges. You know, that's it. You just want her to feel
But yeah. And then also I want people to get out of this interview. You know, we all have family members that have gone through a struggle, right? Either they're in prison, or they're in jail, or they keep going back and forth to jail, or they drink, or whatever their Goliath is, right? Whatever their Goliath is in their life. Make sure you keep strengthening those people. Thank you. Make sure you keep strengthening those people. Build people up. Because that's the only way you get built up. When you attack people, you welcome in certain demons. Though you're not only sending them out, you're opening the door for them to come back to you. And you will also be attacked. Anger begets anger. Violence begets violence. That's in the Bible. It's biblical. So just move with kindness in your heart and a calmness. Just try to be at peace. Try to draw whatever type of peace you can get from all situations and move with that.
Ooh, I love that. That's a word right there. Oh my God, Truh. I just want to say thank you so much for doing this interview. Will you come back to part 2?
Absolutely.
It's so much, you know, but especially because I know your book. So as I understand, like in the next 30 days, the first one.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you explain.
Yeah. So in the next 30 days, my very first book. ever will be published on Amazon. It will be available. It will pop up on my community tab. I will also shoot it over to AT2. I will come back over here and do a light read for you guys. And yeah, we'll go from there. And from that first book is really the beginning, the description of all hell breaking loose. So just know that first book is the cleaned up version of what the fuck is about to go down. As you guys know, my life, y'all already know what happened to me. So y'all could already imagine where that book is going to lead to and where that's going to go. It's going to be a series of books, and I really, really appreciate the support about it.
Right. And tell the people where they can follow you at.
So you guys can follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm just now getting on these platforms. Instagram took my old page down, so I have a new one that I was working on right before I went in, and then they, whatever. But took me in. So now I'm back on it. But I can be reached on all platforms at Truh Diamond, Rumble at Truh Diamond as well. We're in a building phase with these other apps. We're in a building phase. So come over and join me, and I appreciate you.
Yes. And I think what's the great thing about you is that your work ethic and you staying persistent no matter what, it's going to take you far. And I don't even want to say, oh, you're going to be back at the same place. No, you're going to be at a better place, not the same place, a better place.
Yes, and, absolutely.
I just love how you're just keeping on working and staying persistent. And, definitely we'll be doing more collabs as well as another interview. So, we'll be in touch. And I just appreciate you just being so dope, so real, so honest, and being a friend. Because not a lot of people I can say are friends on this platform. It's like, I'm trying to take advantage of you. I'm trying to use you. And, it's none of that between us. Like no using each other. Yeah.
Not at all. I think that's the issue, is that I'm too real of a friend. And then once I walk away from it because I realize I'm being backstabbed or used or preyed on, that it hurts. And I think that pain causes people to lash out. But that's because I'm just a dope ass friend like that.
Right. Exactly. Any lasting words you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Just that I'm so glad to see you guys again. I'm so glad to be able to present myself to you guys today. Thank God that I made it through that and you guys are still here holding it down. AT2, I really, really appreciate you letting me on the platform. And I can't wait till we get into this book read. I can't wait till we get to this next interview. We didn't talk about everything, y'all. Maybe next time AT2 would just let me freestyle. Yeah, cause I had some things. But anyway, we'll get into it.
Right. All right, you guys, make sure you guys follow Truh. And also make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This has been a great interview. Again, Truh Diamond, thank you so much for doing this.
You're very welcome.
We out of here, you guys. Deuces, everybody. We out.